Okay, so this first house is another 3-bed, 2-bath. I think it was approximately 1,700 square feet. The first area that we walked in is what they were using as their family room, which then connects into the kitchen. And then they had a second family room as they were using it. However, I think I would have turned this little sunroom area into our formal dining room. Then as we go back towards the entry, there is the primary bedroom right off the front entrance, as well as the master bathroom, as well as the guest bathroom, since it is Jack and Jilled into the hallway. I will say the one thing with this bedroom situation, and maybe this is just me, but I personally never liked the master bedroom to face, or really any bedroom for that matter, I guess, to face the front of the house. Just for security purposes, I've always felt safer if it was on the back of the house and or if it was just on the second floor. And so another thing is, since this is the primary bedroom, the bathroom is very, very small for 2 people to use. It's smaller than what I had in my college bathroom. However, we could make do, but just wasn't ideal. And then as we head upstairs into the next 2 bedrooms that they were using as their children's bedroom, we have what would likely be one of which being my office mixed with a home gym potentially, and or home office and a guest bedroom. Overall, it was a good size. The closet wasn't bad. It's better than some that I've used in the past. And then as we head back over to the other bedroom, this one I think is just a smidgen larger than the other. And more than likely it would have been, I think, Sam's office mixed with the gym, just depending on how that worked out. It is nice that there is a bathroom up here as well. Granted, the bathroom had absolutely no storage. The entire cabinets were nailed shut. But all in all, it was a pretty decent house. I think we even attempted to put an offer in on this house. However, we had already lost the house before we put the offer in because as we sent it over, they went under contract. But that is it for this house. I'll show you around the backyard and we'll move on. Okay, so house number 2. This is one that we lovingly referred to as the bachelor pad. When you first walk in, you have that family room, living room combo, and then here we have the kitchen and dining room combined. It's not exactly my favorite. I've always appreciated a designated dining area, if not more of a formal dining room preferably. And then as we come down this hallway, we will come into the first guest bedroom, which again we would more than likely use as an office combo and or guest bedroom. And then we have the laundry setup, which is also right next to the other bathroom. And then here we have the second bedroom. We are checking out all the closets because there quite frankly just weren't that many in this house, and so we were a little concerned about storage. This house was roughly 1,100 square feet, so much smaller than some of the others. And then here we are heading into the primary bedroom, which is thankfully a really good size, but yet again it is facing the front of the house, which isn't either of our favorites. But it is what it is. I don't think we would be placing an offer on this house the way it stands, especially for the price. However, it did have an extremely convenient drive to work, which we will probably miss depending on what house we end up with. I was also very grateful that it had a bathroom off of the primary bedroom. So there was more than just the one bathroom in the whole house for everyone to share. And as we go through, just checking the sizing of things, I also like to see how clean things are and how the previous owners took care of their home, because I feel like it usually foreshadows if there might be problems that at least are due to maintenance and just hygiene anyways. house number 3. This one was actually so cute from the outside, and it was actually a really good size. I think it was about 1,600 square feet. This is the primary bedroom right off of the front of the house yet again though, but it did have a very good sized bathroom attached, and there was a guest bathroom nearby for the other 2 guest bedrooms that again we'd be using as an office and or guest bedroom combo, just since I do a fair amount of work from home. I did appreciate though this house had a fairly good sized backyard. However, I really disliked the fact that everyone was looking into everyone's backyard. It was basically a fishbowl. Moving on to our 4th house, we have this adorable, very spacious house, which really drew us in to begin with because it was listed as 2,100 square feet, which I think is the biggest of all the houses that we saw. That primary bedroom we were just in was absolutely massive. However, the space does come with a huge drawback, as the whole house pretty much needs renovated, in my opinion. Everything needs a fresh coat of paint. This shower just needs to be completely ripped out, ideally. The vanity, which has pink formica, which is my least favorite color of all time. Not to mention it also sat pretty low, but again, if we're gonna have this house for quite a while, or any house for that matter, then you can always change it to your liking and just start with the cosmetic things and work towards the more financially intensive projects as time goes along. And here again in the kitchen you do see a little slab of pink formica, which is maybe the better of the 2 options, as the other is a barn style tile that includes farm animals and milk and cheese and vegetables. I guess that's charm to some people, but it is what it is. And then as we move on, there is a bathroom off of this wing of the house, as well as a pantry, linen closet, depending on how you want to use it. And then moving on to the rest of the house, we will here soon pass by the laundry room before it connects into the 2 other guest bedrooms, both of which they were using as kids' bedrooms at this time. This first one more than likely would become Sam's designated space, and then the other one would ideally be my office. And Sam's office, I think more than likely it would be a combo of a guest room and his office in this case, just since he doesn't really exactly need that much space per se. And I feel like the setup of the second bedroom that we're about to go in, seeing that it has a bay window and that it's just a little bit smaller, would make it a little cramped if we were to do a guest bed, as well as my desk and all the other things that we tend to store in my area of the house, such as paperwork and stuff like that. And then as we come down to the basement, which I am seriously thrilled about if we were to get this house, because it just adds that much more space, especially the storage space, which is huge because I have a lot of things, especially just sentimental things. And then as far as Christmas goes, I swear I probably have 10 Christmas crates all on my own. But another thing is the backyard was just as spacious as the house is. There is this inner yard, which is the only semi-fenced space. I think they only fenced it for privacy purposes, that is. And then I am also very thankful that they have a garden space already situated, and it seems like it's doing pretty good, so that would be a huge bonus to me at least. Hoping that is that I have the time anyways. And then the rest of the house is actually, as far as the yard goes, it's very spacious. There's a lot of room for Bear, our big golden retriever, to go run around. And then as we come back inside, there's also this second living room area that also has a gas fireplace that could be used. There's a wood-burning fireplace upstairs, which is huge for me. And then as we come into this room, this was their home office, but if we were to have this house, it would usually, or more than likely, become our home gym. The one thing is, Sam ideally would have loved to have had a 2-car garage, but this is a what they call a 1.5 car garage, which is a 1-car garage that has the depth of 1.5 cars. But all in all, it's a pretty good house. We'll see what happens. Alright, right, and then the fifth and final house for this series was one that I kind of really liked the concept of. Everything again kind of had its own designated area. This would be more of a formal dining setup right here, as well as maybe a formal living space, or kind of what I kind of called like a coffee lounge area, depending on how you set it up. It could be many other things as well. The one thing is this kitchen was at least rather small in my opinion. Unfortunately, you don't really get a great look of it. And then we come into the less formal family room area that also did have a wood burning fireplace, which again is a huge plus for me. The backyard was also quite large. The one issue is it's not fenced behind all of that, and we would have to clear out all of the greenery, exposing us to the neighbors if we were to put a fence in. So you would then lose all the space or all the privacy that greenery afforded you. Another weird thing is the primary bathroom for the primary bedroom is another Jack and Jill styled bathroom that connects into the living room as well as the primary bedroom. So you kind of lack your privacy. And I just quite frankly don't like to share my bathroom with other people if I don't have to. But I will say the primary bedroom here was a pretty good size. It could use a little bit more storage anyways, but again, it's just the two of us and our dog, so there's plenty of space. There's also this linen closet, which is super nice. And then we come into the first of the two guest bedrooms, which again had pretty good space to it. Another small closet, bigger than the one that's in the primary anyways. And then I believe everything in here had laminate flooring, so it isn't real hardwoods, but it is very nice flooring, especially when you have animals. And then as we come into the second guest bedroom, this one is quite smaller. I believe they said that the previous owners had been using it as an office and other people had used it as a nursery before. And that pretty much takes you back into a circle into the guest bathroom before you connect back into the front door in that coffee lounge, formal living room situation, whatever you want to call it. But that is it for this house, and that is it for this home tour. Hope you guys enjoyed.